Matt, happy Monday, June 15th. Well, thank you for recording your video yesterday, and thank you for responding to that Marcus Aurelius quote. And in fact, I think it was very much in alignment with where the conversation needed to go. I could give you some very valid reasons, very valid excuses, which is what they would be, as to why I wasn't able to upload my video on Saturday. And that's my second time I didn't get a video up, both of them due to technical difficulties, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, they are excuses. And at the end of the day, what this taught me was to always have a backup plan, to prepare for the just-in-case moments. Now, you and I have talked a lot about this during the vlog, about preparing ourselves for when the inevitable happens, how we pivot, how we problem solve in that moment. What I realized is that I was not bringing the same problem-solving mentality to this vlog as I would, say, if we were working on a project in the shop. And what that led me to realize is that, yes, again, I had very valid reasons why I wasn't able to get a video up, but I also wasn't thinking outside the box in terms of what I could have done to solve the problem in the moment. And there were two other options that I could have done that I had never even thought of. And so what it did is help me to recognize that there's always a way to solve a problem, but you may have to think outside this narrow field you're looking down. And I think that's a really important lesson to learn, and also to remind me as a creative that there are always multiple ways to solve a specific challenge. I recognize I owe you 2 lunches now. And I think that kind of accountability is important, but also, yes, holding ourselves to a higher level of accountability and responsibility on a project that we chose to take on is very important. Now, do we have a client we're serving? Not necessarily. Do we have X amount of money on the table that if we don't deliver this date, we're breaking our contract? No. But we did make a commitment to each other and to ourselves to get something up each and every day. It reminded me that I always have to work on my problem-solving mentality, because I too can get blinded. And in order to stay open and stay creative, being present in the moment and finding a solution is what is most important. Now, I don't mind that we've done cell phone videos. And I think, in fact, if we run into a problem, I know you've had some issues where your camera wasn't charged, I had some where my camera was full, whatever it is, having a backup solution is important. And I think it's more important to have that backup solution to make sure we meet our goals than to make sure everything is properly curated and done only in this particular way, for instance, in a studio. That I'm okay with, but I also agree that not allowing ourselves to use that as a crutch is equally as important. And that goes to the bigger conversation we've been having about creatives, about staying in a creative space, staying present, staying in a solution-oriented mindset. That is how we will feel the most fulfillment and meet the goals we've set for ourselves and for those that we have made promises and commitments to. And if you think about that, that goes across the board in all relationships, not just art, not just the creative world, but in all personal relationships. It is staying true to the commitments we've set for ourselves and for the other, and being able to openly and honestly communicate that. Now, I wanted to answer your question. What would make it easier for me to hold myself accountable in situations like this? Well, for me, the answer is really clear. It is making sure I'm prepared for any possible scenarios that can come up. Now, it's a little challenging for me sometimes because married, 3 young daughters, life is constantly moving for me. There are always things occurring that I can't prepare for. There are children that are having an emotional breakdown, or somebody needs to go to the bathroom, or whatever it may be. But I can be prepared knowing that these things may come up, and also have some backup solutions in my pocket ready to go. So if I have technical failure 1, technical failure 2, I have 3 and 4 ready to go. those help me stay accountable because I've already planned solutions out just for those scenarios, and it helps me to stay present. Because when I'm not present, I don't think of solutions to the best of my ability. And I think that rings true for everyone. So I hope that answers your question. I thank you. I appreciate your commitment to the things you've said you are gonna do. I also appreciate you taking the time to read that quote, digest it, and instead of doing the initial reaction, which all of us tend to do, which is criticize the other person, you went within and looked at how that could affect you. So I'm excited about kind of renewing that commitment, making sure we are staying motivated and keeping momentum up. I am looking forward to this week, and I really already feel this kind of elevated momentum on where our conversation is gonna go, and I'm really looking forward to hearing what you have to say. So, thank you for your video yesterday. For anyone that's watching, thank you for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. It would really help us if you hit that like button, and we look forward to any comments you may want to leave. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.